Angie, your local and global podiatrist, and I'm bringing you This is Podiatry, a minute in the clinic. Before you get to our clinic, you would have phoned up and have given some personal details over the phone to one of our clinical receptionists. They would have taken those details down and put them on the computer and transferred some of the information onto a consultation sheet I have in front of me here. Now, I like to write everything down on this piece of paper so I can give you my full attention when I am listening to your problem and therefore I can treat your problem accordingly. So I take your details down and I ask you quite simply, how can I help you? And this gives you the opportunity to tell me what your problem is. During my consultation, I will ask you, after I've asked you what your problem is, I'll ask you about your medical or surgical history. And this is very important that we know all the things that are in your medical and surgical history, and also what medication you are on. Now, some people ask me, why do I need to tell you that, Angie? And that's very important because some medication, for example steroids, can mask infection, whilst others can thin your blood, and that's very important to know. During the consultation, I will ask you about whether you have any allergies or not. That's very important if you have an allergy to plasters or zinc oxide tape or latex gloves. I also will ask you a bit about your social history and how active you are. And then I go on to ask you about your vascular status. This means your circulation. I ask you whether you have any pain in your legs at all when you rest, walk a certain distance or at night. And I also ask you some other things about your circulation, which is very important to give you information about your condition. Your vascular assessment that you will have here when you first come for your first initial consultation. This is a very important part of the consultation to find out how well your blood is flowing down into your feet. And I'm going to talk about this in different parts. So part one of the vascular assessment, I first of all ask, do you get any pain in your legs when you walk a certain distance, rest or at night? If they say yes, this means that they have what's called intermittent claudication. Quite often people have night pain, so when they're lying down at night, the blood isn't flowing down to their feet like it is in the daytime when they're standing up. Gravity isn't on their side, so this is quite telling that the blood is having difficulty getting down into the feet. When it progresses, you can get pain that's called rest pain. So when you're sort of sitting with your feet up in the evening and then you get up, that's when you can have pain in your calf, again when the blood's not getting down to your feet. Or when you walk a certain distance, this is when it's quite severe and it can be a very severe pain in the calf.